Hi, it's John Good, Executive Vice President with Drum Workshop, here at Sunday at NAMM. Kind of a nice slow day. We enjoy it more because it's a little more calm. It's not so crazy, but we have a chance to spend some good time with you guys. I want to show you one of the first things that we've got here. We have improved on our 5000 series pedal. Let's take the single version right here and show you. I don't know if you can see this, Reek.
Put it in the light here.
Let's put it in the light a little bit. The cool thing about this is we've changed the way that we connect everything to the bass drum hoop. Okay, it's based on this 3-point system right here, and up underneath here on the toe clamp. It will take any size, and I mean any size, from those big beefy Yamaha hoops to those huge Sonar hoops to even thin hoops like ours. We don't have a 10-ply hoop. It'll adapt to any radius, any size, and it clamps so well. We have a patent on this because it's that innovative. Next thing we did, we took, you see that? We took the 9000 series cam follower, which is in harmony and concert with the stroke adjustment plate, and turn that into a feature on the 5. Now, a lot of people who play the 5 don't necessarily enjoy the 9 because they feel it's too quick and light. This is a compromise between the two. You still feel the value of the 5000 series pedal, but yet it's got these other features in it. Another cool thing we did, and tell me if you've ever been in this story. Reek, I know you have, where that Velcro on the bottom of the pedal, when you put it down on your riser, it's a career decision, all right? Because it's really hard to get back off the carpet. So what we did, look at this. Reek, can you see that? You can push this and it won't go anywhere, yet it is not Velcro. It's this really cool rubberized surface on the bottom, which prevents skidding across your riser. So those are a few little things we did. There's a lot more to come in the coming months, and it's going to be very exciting, and we'll talk again about that product. Over here, we have a new system where we collaborated with Randy May of actually supporting your toms on a tom stand. How many times have you loosened the wrong screw when you're setting up and the doggone thing just falls on your bass drum? And if it's a exotic finish or what have you, something that John Good went to God to go get, you just let go. What did I just do? You hate yourself. And by the way, I hate it if you do that too. But here, this works on a pneumatic system. Watch this, Reek. Did you get that?
Do it again, do it again.
Oh, that's just how kids are. Watch this, okay? And believe me, when there are toms on this and there's weight on it, it's a lot classier than what I'm showing you right now. But the whole idea is to take the weight off. So you got your 2 toms on there, and with one finger you can lift it up and down. Or if it doesn't have anything on it, this is what happens. Watch this. Pretty cool stuff, huh? So it is a very useful tool, and it does prevent damage. And with I'm guilty. I'm probably the most guilty guy of making some of the heaviest snare drums in the world, and I know that. I know it's my fault, but with the snare version, it really does. You can lift your 2-ton cast copper snare up and down with one finger. So it is. And let's face it, none of us like to work that hard when we're on the gig, all right? Put your efforts towards your playing. Now, it is our 40th anniversary. It's our 40th anniversary at DW, and I was 17 years old when Don and I got this thing going. And obviously, I'm a little older now, and precisely 40 years older. And what we're doing for our 40th anniversary is we are offering up what I consider to be the premier, best Tamo ash log that I've ever found. And believe me, I do an awful lot of wood hunting, and this one is the best I've ever found. Now, some of the features of this kit include brass counter hoops that are plated in pewter. This is pewter plated counter hoops. Also pewter plated lugs. Basically all the hardware on the kit is pewter plated. Another thing that's really cool about this is it's all SSC. The 10-inch tom is a VLT, 12-inch tom is a VLT, 14 is an X, 16 is a VLX, bass drum is a VLX plus, snare drum is a VLT straight up 10-ply snare. They are just about the coolest, most versatile drums you might ever find in the DW lineup of drums. Now, we also have the Randy May monorail miking system, which is brand new, and it has a D6 microphone connected to it. So that comes standard in this kit. Another cool thing about this, and I really want to stress how cool this is, we're making 100 of these drum sets. 100 only, because the log was only 4,500 square feet, so that's what it will make. But a portion of the proceeds of every one of these kits goes to the Japanese Earthquake Relief Fund. Just because it's not on TV anymore doesn't mean that tragedy is not ongoing. So let's try and help out our friends in Japan. We're all on this planet together. So that's a little part of what we're trying to do, and to encourage people to buy this anniversary kit. Okay, from there we want to go over here to the Maple Mahogany drum set. Now this is pretty much our first trade show with this kit. People might say, okay, mahogany and maple has been done before, and yes it has. But what we did is we took and we made it the mahogany on the outside vertical. Now that's a VLT thing. For those of you who've done your homework with me before, VLT is vertical low timbre. So we have vertical mahogany on the outside, vertical mahogany on the inside, and cross-laminated maple in between. And man, does that make a beautiful, wonderful, luscious note. When you play these drums, you hear A, B, C, D, E. You really hear notes. And so this is a drum set, sometimes people say, no, this is my favorite thing DW's ever done. Some people say the SSC thing is. What's great is that we're all individuals and we all have our different flavors that we like, and we're all different individuals. So as we move by here, I want to show you a snare drum that I'm very proud of, which is the new Top Edge. This idea, I have patented the Edge snare drum, but a customer, I believe in Sacramento or West LA somewhere, said, could you just make that with a top edge ring? I'd be very happy with that. So I said, let's try that out. What we get is the top cut of the edge and the guts of a wooden bearing edge on the bottom side where the snare bed is. And this one happens to be a maple mahogany, like we just looked at over there, with the black nickel edge ring and black nickel hardware. Some drummers just play with their eyes. This one's a looker, okay? You're going to love this drum. We also have what's called the new, by this gentleman over here, it's called, hey, you just got in the video. This happens to be our new titanium snare. I like thin 19 gauge rolled titanium. That makes for a drum with all kinds of colors, beautiful overtones, beautiful snap and top end. Whereas when I've made a thick titanium snare in the past that goes off like a shotgun and kind of does one thing. This does many different sounds. So it's kind of a cool drum by proxy of being the thickness of what it is. And we put black nickel on this drum too. So what do you think we call this? Black tie. Okay. Then we have, it's not new, but it's kind of an addition to our line, which is the black nickel over brass with chrome. It's a very value-added kind of snare drum. It's very cool for the marketplace right now. Not a lot of us have got a ton of money to spend on these things, but you always got money for another snare drum. Right, Reek? Right, yeah, there we go. Another thing I want to show you real quick is a new finish in our Performance Series drum kit. This is called Pewter Sparkle. I think it's a beautiful finish. I mean, once again, a lot of drummers play drums with their eyes. You know, they look at it and it makes them play better, right? Speaking of playing better, who wants to go up against a kit like this, huh? I think, Rick, you probably saw this the other day, but this is an actual Terry Bozzio kit. He played it yesterday, and this is something that he takes to weddings. He actually has a baked potato kit that's about a couple, 2-3 drums smaller than this. But this is a ginormous drum kit, but there's, you know what, not a single square inch that he doesn't play out of this kit. That's what's very cool about Terry Bozzio, his talent. There aren't many of them in this world, not another one that I know of, that could actually pull off this kit. And when he plays with the Vienna Symphony Orchestra, he is the percussion ensemble. So there it is for everyone to look at and touch. This is actually a finish that is called Ziricote from Central America, and it's one of my favorites. I got a lot of exotic woods, but this one I love very, very much. Now let's go into the back room. Meet you there in just a sec. Okay, now we're here in the back, and this is the place to be because it's a little more relaxed than the front. And we have yet another new finish for the Performance Series drum kit, which is the Titanium Sparkle. You know, this drum set has done so doggone well. We actually have a new candy apple clear finish in lacquer, and we have a gunmetal gray finish in lacquer. We've kind of decided to change it up a little bit, so we're taking out the black mirror, the sapphire blue, and the cherry stain lacquer. We're leaving the pearlescent white, which we call white ice, and we're also leaving the ebony stain lacquer. So changing it up a little bit, make it fresh for 2010, 12, whatever this year is. We're doing all this kind of new stuff to try and make it exciting and new. Speaking of exciting and new, this is the new Concept Maple Drum Kit. Now, this has got DW-esque features about it. It's got the STM, it's got this cool lug that we stole actually from the Performance Series snare drum. We have a new snare drum lug now for performance, but we like this look so much we put it on this kit. And it comes in various lacquer colors, and it's got, like I said, the STM. It's got, true pitch tuning. It's got graduated counter hoops from 1.65, 2.0 to 2.3. It also has, if you'll come around this way, it also has a mag throw-off. This is something I worked with Rich Secra on for a year. That's the mag throw-off. Right there, comes on the high-end DW stuff. The street value price of this kit is $649. $649. Can you believe that, Reek? Can't believe that, can you? And it comes in Concept Maple and Concept Birch. We also decided to make our DW presence a little more known because we're way behind this particular project. I think we're going to do extremely well with it, and it's all designed around the guy who wants to get into this program, and you don't want to take the leap of faith for real expensive style, exotic drums or the Collector's Series drums. We understand that. This drum kit is a good way to get in, get your feet wet, see what you like, and you can gig with this kit, no problem. So, birch and maple. And we have a variety of different finishes, as you can see here. If you pan around, you'll see that. There's some customers here. Look at these finishes. By the way, while we're over here, you can see that we've got all these snare drums that we talked about. One that I did forget to talk to you about is a Bubinga style PDP snare. It's like a 12-ply snare that's Bubinga, and it is really a nice value. This one is new. We also have the 8x14 chrome over steel snare, which is in the Performance series, which is fairly new. And this is the new lug. You're seeing it here probably for the first time for the Performance series, since we took the other lug away, this one, and put it on the Concept Maples series. This is the new lug that we have for the Performance series, snare drums. So we're, shifting things around, trying to make it interesting and nice. Up here, I kind of want to show you, my passion, which is the exotic. This is a Redwood Curl drum set. Of course, it's got all the bells and whistles and black nickel hardware. But while we're up here looking at this, let's look at this new device here. It's a incremented, adjustable, closed hi-hat. If I turn this here, or in between, tight, loose, really loose. You can actually change that while you're playing by flicking it with your drumstick, which is a cool thing to be able to do, right? On the fly, so to speak. Yeah, so that's a cool new feature. We have our M5, careful Rick, we have our M5 drum kit, which has got a new upgraded hardware package that we're excited about. And, okay, my friends, that's pretty much the wrap-up of what I got to offer you. It's been a pleasure talking to you today from Sunday at the NAMM show. And, Rick, thank you very much for having us and inviting us into your homes. And I hope everything goes well for you guys. And we'll see a lot more of each other in 2012. Take care.